This is the AM News on a special edition of the AM show and Prime Morning combined for the special 9th inauguration of the president. Now let's begin with the details. Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, a stalwart of Ghanaian politics, has once again taken the mantle as Speaker of Parliament, vowing to leverage his unparalleled experience to guide the 9th Parliament. In his acceptance speech, he emphasized the themes of unity, collaboration, and the pivotal role of Parliament as a bulwark of democracy. Alban Bagbin, who holds the distinction of being Ghana's longest-serving legislator, highlighted his evolution as a leader. Here's more.
It is with great humility that I accept the high and privileged office of the Speaker of the 9th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana, having had the same honor to be Speaker of the 8th Parliament. I am grateful to the Almighty God for His grace and mercies for me to achieve this rare feat. To Him be all the praise and honor. Honorable members of Parliament-elect, I am very grateful for the privilege and confidence you have reposed in me to be Speaker and to head this honorable House once more. I also express my gratitude to the President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for the trust and confidence in me and my leadership of the House, and for recommending my candidature in me and my leadership of the House, and for recommending my candidature in consultation with the leadership of the great National Democratic Congress to be elected Speaker of this Parliament. I came to the Speaker of the 8th Parliament with my experience as the longest legislator of the House. I now come to the 9th Parliament with just not that background, but now with the experience of 4 years of speakership of a very difficult hung parliament. I promise to bring all these experiences to bear in guiding this House to perform its mandate with efficiency, diligence, and above all, with a sense of being the bulwark of democracy in Ghana.
Moving on, the whole place is ready for your occupation. Words of President Nana Addo Akufo Addo to John Dramani Mahama as he vacates the Jubilee House ahead of the swearing-in of President-elect John Dramani Mahama today. Now, during a visit to the seat of government, President-elect John Dramani Mahama expressed his gratitude to President Akufo Addo for ensuring a smooth and cordial transition process. Maxwell Agbagba reports from the Jubilee House.
Here at the seat of government at the Jubilee House, with just some hours to the inauguration, President-elect John Mahama has been visiting the outgoing President Akufo Addo here, and they've been having interactions. From the side of the outgoing government, we had President Akufo Addo, the Chief of Staff, and other top officials who were also present there. So it was a brief interaction outside the presidential villa. Then they were inside where they had a meeting behind closed doors. But the media was allowed to be there for about 2 minutes, where President Akufo Addo told the President-elect John Mahama that the country is waiting for him to take over the mantle of leadership starting from tomorrow.
But this is by way of an old haunt of yours, so you're familiar with it. As you know, the statute provides that the incumbent has to vacate these premises the day before, so the whole place is ready for your occupation, both here and the office. But I thought that it was important that we should do this formality for the country to see that the whole process of the transition is working according to the letter and spirit of the law, and that we're now ready for your administration to take over the affairs of the country. So I'm very happy to see you, and I think the work of the transition has now virtually been completed. They've had their final meeting. That's the information that I've had. I believe I'm right in saying that. Yeah. And then all the other outstanding matters of the transition, Article 71, office holders, all these are now going to be dealt with by the Parliament. I've written to them my comments on the proposals that the Emoluments Committee sent to me. So we're in shape. Yeah. The country is waiting for you as from tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Madam Vice President-elect, you're welcome, and the rest of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
The President-elect John Mahama also thanked President Akufo Addo for a smooth and cordial transition. Both men actually pledged to work together and also collaborate on all matters of national development.
It's a privilege to be here with you on the day before we have the inauguration. I want to thank you and your side of the transition team, Chief of Staff, for what has been a cordial and smooth transition. And we do think that we're quite ready, you know, with the information we have to start to work immediately after we finish the inauguration tomorrow. It is conventional to meet on the last day and, as it were, take over, you know, the premises. The last time I was president, I didn't live here, and so you are the first occupant of this premises, even though I'm familiar with the geography of it. Yeah, but I want to thank you for what has been a smooth transition, and you can count on us, you know, even in government, that will continue the spirit of cooperation. And so thank you again very much, Nana, and I want to thank you.
President Nana Addo Akufo Addo has dismissed a petition seeking the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Saki-Tokonoo. Now, the president, after a thorough consultation with the Council of State, concluded that the petition filed by Professor Stephen Kweku Asare lacked merit and did not disclose a prima facie case warranting further investigation. Now, the petition accused Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonoo of misconduct and incompetence, citing alleged panel reconstitution, issuance of practice directions, and constitutional breaches. However, the president's review identified key shortcomings. And in a statement issued by the president, it says that the office of the president wishes to inform the general public that after a thorough and careful review of the petition for the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonoo, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Akufo Addo, in consultation with the Council of State, has concluded that the petition does not disclose a prima facie case warranting further action. And it goes on to say the statement was submitted by Professor Stephen Kweku Asare, citing allegations of misbehavior and competence. But the key points to note is that they're saying upon review, the president observed several deficiencies in the petition. One, the petition was submitted without supporting evidence or documentation to substantiate its claims. The allegations, including claims of panel reconstitution, issuance of practice directions, and purported constitutional breaches by by the Chief Justice were found to be unsupported by evidence, and the petitioner failed to demonstrate any factual basis or provide credible documentation to substantiate these claims. And secondly, they're saying the processes and practices cited by the petitioner, such as the Chief Justice's administrative responsibilities under the Courts Act, were found to be consistent with the law and established practices. And so in view of this, the president feels constrained. Well, it goes on to say, based on these findings and observations, and in alignment with the recommendations of the Council of State, the petition is deemed frivolous, vexatious, and unmeritorious. So that's the statement from the Office of the President in response to that petition to remove the Chief Justice Gertrude Saki Tokono. In other stories, Dr. Mamudu Bawumia and Alan Tremantin have extended a helping hand to victims of the Kantamanto market fire, donating 200,000 Ghana cedis and 100,000 Ghana cedis respectively. Now, the donations come in response to traders' frustrations over the lack of empathy and support from political leaders and government officials following the devastating fire. The blaze destroyed about 7,000 shops and stalls, impacted nearly 30,000 people, and tragically claimed one life. More in this report by Collins Frimpong.
For Change leader Alan Tremantin visited the affected market to sympathize with the victims and provide assistance. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, donated 200,000 cedis to support traders in rebuilding the market.
Ma bo obia amani say omunye estimates and my group insurance for Kantamanto market, because adi no here say yenya insurance no. Enti yebeye ni juma na ye abremo but we nyina ye ejuma me pese ye maba haidie me ntimi mbasa na me nko enti ye de cement beba ye de roofing sheets beba but enede me pese me de 200,000 ejamo na modi enumusu kakra.
The Movement for Change leader Alan Tremantin contributed 100,000 cedis. He took the opportunity to encourage the incoming Mahama administration to adopt his great transformational agenda plan aimed at modernizing markets nationwide.
Maybe 100,000 Ghana cedis. 100,000 Ghana cedis. We make us a call to action. Medical congratulating. Manisha idea munina am the tin paper so. A great transformational plan. Me di nyina man. No man make am one semi. I come home. A market. Modern market structures are making a count. Traders Bank once more and also the count. See the make can say a call to action.
Samuel Amwa, chairman of the Kantamanto Traders Association, expressed gratitude for the donations, which he said would help begin the process of recovery.
This is one of the best news that we've heard. Yes, this is one of the best news that we've heard. That is going to provide CCTV cameras. We're going to provide security. It's one of the best. We had a lot of good news, but it's one of the best.
Meanwhile, traders have defied warnings from the Gbese stool to halt reconstruction efforts led by their association, insisting on immediate action to restore their livelihoods. For Joy News, Collins Frimpong's report read to you.
Moving on. The timber market in Tamale has been devastated by a raging fire, marking the latest in a series of destructive infernos to hit major commercial hubs in Ghana. The incident, which occurred late Tuesday night, has left several traders in distress as their livelihoods were reduced to ashes. This tragedy follows similar fires at Kantamanto Market in Accra and Kwadaso Wood Market in Kumasi, raising questions about fire safety measures in the country. Now, despite the swift response from the Ghana National Fire Service, the flames engulfed a significant portion of the market before being brought under control. Firefighters cited challenges accessing water and navigating the congested market area as significant obstacles in their efforts to contain the blaze. It is not clear what started the fire yet. Preliminary investigations are underway to determine the cause of the fire. The Tamale fire comes on the heels of similar incidents in Kantamanto Market in Accra and Kwadaso Wood Market in Kumasi, like I mentioned earlier, both occurring within the past week. And when we know more, we'll bring you further details. Now let's get into our business updates with Samuel Kojo-Brace.
So let's do the business update on the AM news here on the special edition of the AM and Prime Morning on this inauguration day. And government will end the first quarter of this year spending 24 billion cedis, more than revenue projected to be mobilized from the period. This was captured in the 2025 mini budget presented to Parliament last Friday. George Weafe has the rest of the story.
This is the budget deficit on cash basis that the incoming administration will record at the end of March this year. This is because it is hoping to raise about 42 billion Ghana cedis at the end of the first quarter of this year, compared to 66 billion Ghana cedis that is hoping to spend for the first 3 months of this year. For instance, the development may raise some questions about whether it might be prudent for the incoming administration to go ahead and remove some taxes. For the full year, government may lose more than 6 billion Ghana cedis if it goes ahead to remove the e-levy and the COVID-19 tax. This actually excludes the betting tax and other levies that the incoming administration is trying to remove. Domestic tax will be the highest contributor to total revenue. The first 3 months of this year, bringing in 41 billion Ghana cedis for the first quarter of 2025.
Now, the World Bank has revealed that Ghana placed 9th on the list of African countries with manufacturing output value in 2023. The following report has details.
According to the report, Ghana came 9th among 10 countries with manufacturing output value of $8.6 billion. Egypt came in the first place with $59.6 billion, followed by Nigeria in the second position with $55.5 billion. South Africa came in the third position with manufacturing output value of $48.8 billion. Morocco in the fourth place with $20.5 billion. Algeria at the fifth with $18.7 billion. DR Congo at sixth position with $11.9 billion. Ivory Coast at the seventh position with $11.8 billion. And Kenya with $8.9 billion in the 8th position. Uganda came in the 10th position with $7.7 billion manufacturing output value.
So that's it for the business update on the AM News. Surya Bochi, over to you.
Thank you, Samuel Brace. And now let's wrap up the AM News Bulletin on the Joy News channel on the AM show and Prime Morning. But stay with us because the conversation starts. You don't want to miss any of the action on this dawn of a new day in Ghana. We're back in a bit. Please stay.